say thank you very much to Breda for organising this event, and to welcome all of you to Arthur Cox and our fancy new offices that we're very proud of. And I did mention earlier that if anyone wants to get a tour, do get in touch with myself or any of the Arthur Cox team to get a tour of the building after this evening. But just briefly to mention, Breda came in and spoke to us about a month ago, and collectively we were extremely impressed by Breda herself, but also by the message that she gave us. We are starting our own Lean In Circle within Arthur Cox, which is part of our broader diversity programme, which has enormous support throughout the firm. One of the biggest challenges for law firms is to make sure that real change is happening, not just at junior levels, but particularly at senior levels in organisations. We currently have 30% of our partnership comprises female partners, but from our perspective, while that is comparatively strong compared to our competitors, we certainly don't think it's anywhere near where it should be, particularly when you consider that the graduates coming into Arthur Cox comprise 64% female coming through from college. So certainly we're missing something along the way. We are working very hard to identify what that is and why that is happening. As a male partner, but who also has a wife who's a partner in another law firm, who'll remain nameless, competitor, but who perhaps sees the challenges that are shared and are not weighted in anyone's favour on a daily basis. But also having worked closely with my female colleagues, my male colleagues, I know intuitively that this is something that is on the agenda at all levels of Arthur Cox. All of the partners recently attended a MARC training, which is a Men Advocating Real Change, which whoever do get an opportunity is a really sort of humbling experience, as I was saying to some of you earlier. And it's comprised of a 2-day training course where all of the partners attended on a Friday and Saturday, and really is about unconscious bias. And irrespective of how consciously unconscious you may think you're not biased, you discover that we all have unconscious bias. And I think drawing a line under that and accepting that as a starter is a long journey for some people, but certainly that training was hugely positive from our perspective, and really changing the culture in a positive way. But that's just a little bit of probably to tell you what we're doing. But I'd also like to just obviously pass to Breda to thank her for her recent talk again, which again has prompted a Lean In Circle within Arthur Cox, but also to welcome you all again and to wish you a very nice evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Simon. I want to just say a quick hello. I'm not started yet in my speeches or anything because we're going to watch a video, but I just want to say hi, I'm Breda McCaig. You're all very, very welcome this evening. I'm delighted to see such a full room. Delighted you all got seats. As you probably know, there was crack over trying to get that waiting list down on LinkedIn. So delighted you're all here. We're going to do a video now. We asked the Lean In organisation in the UK and the US to send us over a video to share with Lean In Ireland tonight. And we're going to just play that now.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Sandberg, and I'm excited to invite you to join a Lean In Circle. Lean In Circles are small peer groups that allow you to learn and share in an atmosphere of confidentiality and trust. There's lots of evidence, from book clubs to weight loss groups to team projects, that we all achieve more in groups than we do as individuals. That's why we're forming Lean In Circles, and we invite you to form one or join one. They're groups of 8 to 12 peers that agree to meet together once a month, both to focus on sharing and focus on education. Working with experts from around the world, including the Clayman Institute on Gender Research at Stanford, will give you education modules. You can learn how to negotiate, how to communicate, how to navigate your career. And we'll also support you as you share experiences with each other, supporting each other as a group you lean in. I'm excited to have you join a Lean In Circle as we all lean in together.
So I just thought we'd open with that because nobody explains Lean In Circles better than Cheryl Sandberg. And I think, you know, everybody's wondering what Lean In Circles are, how they work and how they're set up. And I thought that was a good way of sort of opening for you tonight. So as I said, I'm Breda McKeag, and I'm with Lean in Ireland. I'm also in Bank of Ireland, a lot of Ireland's in there. And I'm going to go through the agenda that we're going to follow today, and then I'm going to be introducing you to the panel. Before I do all that, I want to say a few thank yous. And the first one goes to Arthur Cox, because I'm delighted that we brought our sort of first event of 2018 to Arthur Cox. I think their building is fabulous, and so is their welcome. And they've been very good to me, and very supportive, and so good to work with. And I'd like to thank Simon that you've met earlier, the Simon that's over here as well. They all happen to call Simon today. And we've Lorna down there and Gráinne Hennessy, who I met last year, who sort of connected me with Arthur Cox in the first place through Bank of Ireland. And lovely to see corporates all collaborating. And here we are all today together as a result. So I'm going to tell you a bit about myself. I'm a mum of 3 boys. I am from Monaghan. I have Dara, who is 11, Jamie is 7, and Kyle is 3. I play music. I play in a rock band, and I also do my Lean in Ireland stuff, and I commute quite a bit. So I spend about 4.5 hours in a car most days working in Dublin. So, and I guess Lean in has brought me into a whole new world altogether, and I'm hoping that it's going to do the same for you. The reason I think I became a bit of a feminist is because I joined the Reserve Defence Forces when I was 17. And a very competitive kid, went in there and met all of the boys in the army, and they all told me that girls should never have been allowed into the army, Breda. And I thought, oh, God. So I proved them wrong, and I worked hard with them, and I trained hard with them. And in 1989, then they commissioned me a lieutenant. So I think that kind of was a feminist born. And then roll on to a couple of years back, I was working in a bank, and we set up a female network in there. And I found that the women in the female network that I was organising events with were starting to mentor each other. And that was the first time I'd had female mentors, because they were all guys in the army. All my mentors had been men, and still have male mentors. But I just thought, God, there's real value in this for women mentoring each other. It's really, really powerful. I went off looking to see what Lean In was about, because I knew I'd read about it somewhere, and I am a nut on Twitter, as you probably all have discovered at this stage, and LinkedIn. And I found Lean In. I found Lean In Northern Ireland, and some of the ladies are here tonight from the Belfast Lean In chapter, and discovered there was no Lean in Ireland at that stage. So we set it up. So myself and Nuala Murphy decided, right, well, let's just get going. So we did our first event last year down in the Facebook offices, this time last year actually. And some of tonight's audience, I met one woman earlier, she was on the panel with us last year. 3 circles were on the leanin.org website when we started, and at the moment there's 31 circles. So this thing just keeps growing, and it's very easy to see, you know, the appetite that even tonight's event draws. So there's a serious hunger there amongst women around their career, and I think the Unapologetically Ambitious tagline seems to have drawn a hell of a lot of attention, which tells you that a lot of us are probably wondering about, you know, we're more apologetic sometimes about being ambitious, and that's what I want to explore on the panel this evening. I'd also ask you to do some posts and pics for me, because we want to get the word out that Lean in Ireland is here. We want to raise awareness, and we want other people starting circles. And we want to encourage you all to have a look at the leanin.org website. See, is there a circle there that you'd like to join, or start your own? Start your own within your company. Bank of Ireland have started their first one on International Women's Day. So we have one going there, and it's so easy to set up. There's a few women here that are in it. It's easy, but it's so rewarding. We're going to start a second one very soon and grow it slowly, and probably Arthur Cox, similar pattern. So try this in your companies. Don't be shy. It's very, very easy to do.